Another One Piece chapter, another reason for me to talk about pudding. This is chapter of One Piece, I believe 876. Let's talk, and let's dive deep into not only just this chapter, but something that's been going on with the One Piece manga for a few months now, a plot point that's kind of been carrying on for a few months. We're going to talk about a lot of different things regarding this chapter, and again, carryovers from previous chapters, but one of the things, let's talk about pudding again. And y'all know, talk about pudding, like, what? Yeah, let's talk about her. Now, I see people arguing back and forth. I see some people saying that she just has a personality disorder. That she is just, you know, fucked with two different sides of her. There's one side that is, like, really good and kind and sweet. Then there's the side that she is just an evil piece of garbage. So there's two different sides. People are saying personality disorder, which does somewhat make sense. I mean, if you think about it, like, one side is completely an absolute terrible, evil motherfucker. Then the other side, she, you know, is kind and nervous and shit like that. Now, for the longest, you know, up until when it started to become more apparent after the events of, like, you know, even the wedding and stuff like that, when, you know, Sanji admitted his thing or whatever, or not admitted, but more so just kind of complimented her or whatever, it just looked like the good side was the facade that she put on for everybody, and her true being was being a terrible person. Now it looks like it could potentially be a personality disorder. It could just be that she does have both of those sides, from putting on maybe that facade for so long of being this kind and innocent girl. It started to become real, and there is a side of her that is like that. Then there's another side that is arguing it's not a personality disorder at all. What just previously went down is, after her entire life, people making fun of her, bullying her, picking on her, treating her like garbage, making fun of her looks and shit like that, that she pretty much had a breakdown mentally after somebody showed her kindness, showed her a little bit of affection and said, yo, you're beautiful, you know, that your third eye, I love it, it's beautiful. So people are arguing that not a personality disorder, it's just similar to, you know, if you make a comparison, like, hey, you know, when you talk to a girl and sometimes you're really nervous and you say all the wrong things, they're equating what pudding is doing to that in this chapter. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, she wants to say these nice things and, yeah, I'm here to rescue Sanji, but because she's, like, right now mentally broken from just discovering that, hey, people can be nice, people can be sweet and say good things to me, that she doesn't really know how to articulate herself, and that's why it's coming out just completely bad opposed to what she really wants to say. I'm kind of like, I don't know which one to really go with, because you could argue personality disorder because it is extreme. And if this carries over for more than just this arc, you know, maybe months pass by, even years pass by, and she's just like this, absolutely personality disorder. And to be honest with you, I can see that carrying over. I don't see completely the evil side just disappearing and her being good, or vice versa. I see this carrying over into whenever the next time we see pudding, whether it be a year from now or another arc or two from now. I think this is just going to be her quirk and her personality, where she's batshit crazy. But then on the other hand, you do got to think that she put on this facade for so long. Her mind is kind of broken that this guy was nice to her. So it could be the case as well. Again, I'm leaning more so towards personality disorder just because it is really extreme. And also, again, One Piece, people be wild, you know what I'm saying? People have their own personalities, and hers just seems, again, really crazy. Either way, I got more of an understanding for the character, because you've seen my extreme hate and distaste and disgust for this character. And I said last week, you know, I felt as though she's the embodiment of every bad woman that you've met in your life. She's just an evil, conniving little cunt. Maybe to a certain degree, not that I take it back, because all of her actions up until this point have been showcasing, like, what is wrong with you? You're flip-flopping more than a fish out of water. What? So, you know, it's not that I take it back necessarily, but I think with this chapter and everything that I'm seeing is more so becoming clearer that it's not that she's just completely just this evil piece of shit that is, like, using this facade that she's a good girl, but maybe she does have some deeply rooted mental issues. And I'm not even maybe, it just is apparent. It's really apparent that she's saying, oh my god, what am I saying? Hey, we're gonna kill you, Big Mom's gonna drag you to the bottom of the ocean. Oh gosh, why am I saying that? So it's apparent she's nuts, you know what I'm saying? And I know women like that too, to be honest with you. So I still kind of gotta say, like, pudding, I treat her at arm's length, regardless of what great things she may continue to do throughout this arc. Treat her at arm's length, because you just never know with this character, which, if you think about it, while, yeah, you can hate her for being this way, you also got to look at it on the flip side of you can appreciate the fact that she's not just cut and dry. There's nothing cut and dry about her. She's very complex to a certain degree. Maybe you could say, well, it's just two different sides, but because there's a medium where they, she realizes what she's doing, that it is a little complex. So I kind of like that aspect of it. Again, I'm appreciating the character more for what she is than just like, hey, she's evil. You know what I'm saying? She's messed up in the head. Now this chapter, talking about something that I brought up earlier, I feel as though this running from Big Mom has gone on for really, really long. I can't really pinpoint exactly what chapter we started this, but running from Big Mom has been a long process at this point. I'm ready to move past it, and I think a lot of viewers or readers, shall I say, are ready to move past it too. It's like, okay, she's angry. They mentioned this probably a dozen times at the very least, that when Big Mom is mad, there's no stopping her. I literally feel as though I've read that line at least a dozen times from like 5-10 different characters. Like, we get it. You know what I'm saying? No need to continue on giving exposition on something that's already been explained. It just, she's crazy. Just, I guess, hey, that pudding's her daughter, crazy runs in that family, doesn't it, right? So, I would really like to wrap this running from Big Mom up, which seemingly we have a solution to the problem. Now, here's something that the fandom is saying right now, which is interesting. At the end of the chapter, Sanji said, I'm going to make a cake, which it's a good idea and concept of like, well, she's really mad right now because she wants cake, which there's more for her to be mad. Luffy called her out arcs ago in Fishman Island, shit like that. But one of her biggest issues right now, to calm her down to the point where at the very least she's normal enough where will be essentially weakened, because it looks as though Big Mom at her peak of power is when she's completely enraged. So when she's normalized, it'll probably be an easier fight. She won't be able to withstand as much. She won't be able to do as much. She's still incredibly strong. Don't get it wrong. But it seems as though calming her down will help the cause. Now, here's the thing. Do I think that Sanji making her cake is going to make her forget everything? On top of that, she doesn't remember shit. So even if they make her the best cake in the world, like, you know what I'm saying? It just makes her start having orgasms from just, oh, God, this cake is so good. She's not going to remember it. So that's kind of making me like, is it just like a plot hole there? Or is it that the characters don't realize it themselves? Or is it going to be that, Sanji said he's going to knock her out with it. So maybe that's the solution. Maybe it's not that she's going to even be at peace with everything. It's just the cake is going to knock her to sleep, and that'll be the perfect opportunity for them to escape. So in that regard, fine. But people are mad that it's seemingly going to be solved, this problem against Big Mom, with baking something. People are like, yo, this ain't Shokugeki no Soma, brother. This ain't Toriko. Like, They wanted a big action-packed fight, but I think Oda already established we have no chance. You know what I'm saying? No chance. We have no chance against this big bird. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing happening. We ain't taking her out. So what's the next best solution? Figure something out to at least put her at bay so we can get out of here. But still, I got to keep addressing this, that when she does get up, you think she's going to forget about what, Fishman Island, attacking Fishman Island? You think she's going to forget about this problem in general? So it's still going to be something that needs to be addressed. I know Big Mom, from what I see, she's not going to change her ways just over a fucking cake that she's not even going to remember eating. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. Hopefully Oda can tie that together, what she's going to do after she even wakes up or whatever. But people are really mad about Sanji baking a cake being seemingly the solution. I have faith in Oda that that's not going to be the nail in the coffin and everything's over, because there's still her crew there. There's still a lot of things to go through before we get to the complete end of all this. Who knows? Maybe in the process of eating the cake, I don't fucking know, Dogtooth Katakuri is going to be around. She'll eat him too or something. Like, we need more than just Sanji makes cake, big fat bitch eats cake, arc over. You know what I'm saying? And Oda never does things cut and dry anyway. So again, this is One Piece. We know it's very well written. So 876 chapters in, do we really have to doubt this man of what he's going to do? Yeah, it does seem a little corny. I'm not going to lie. It does seem corny. Like, a cake is going to stop this arc. You know what I'm saying? But Oda's going to make it into an interesting thing. And I'm imagining there's going to be some repercussions for some of the characters in here. What is going to happen? I don't fucking know. I'm not Oda. But I see it going the route of something big is going to happen in the midst of maybe this being corny in a sense of a cake stopping her. But it's not going to just be Sanji makes cake and arc over. over. Nah, I don't see that happening with, you know, Oda, the way he writes or whatever. A couple other things to talk about. We got Brook and Chopper on the ship going ham. We see Katakuri a little bit. I guess it was cool to see some Brook and Chopper action. The Sunny's taking damage as well. So there's little things that are happening aside from, of course, us running. I just really don't care for the running anymore. But at the very least, we know that some stuff is happening. The Sunny is damaged now. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to manage to get to Frankie so that he can repair everything. As a whole, the chapter, it was an okay, good chapter yet again. Definitely lacked big pieces of progression. It's like, hey, we have a solution is the biggest thing we got out of this chapter. A lot of running and a lot of flip-flopping from Pudding again. So I would say it was an okay chapter. It wasn't great. It wasn't really good or anything. It was okay. The running needs to come to a halt. We need to already, you know, wrap this up. And again, I'm not going to doubt Oda that it's just going to be bake a cake and it's over. There's going to be more to it, I'm sure. If there, you know, when the time comes and we wrap this up and we have the complete solution of how everything's solved and it is just as Sanji makes a cake, of course I'm going to shit on it. I'm going to say, what the fuck is that? But Oda's not going to do that. There will be some stuff in the midst of all this, whether it be Katakuri getting eaten by Big Mom or they got to fight Katakuri. Something's going to happen in between all of that shit before it's completely resolved. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Kind of curious what you guys think, though. Pudding, mental disorder, or she's just right now having a mental change, whereas like somebody was nice to her for the first time, so she's going through that process, or is it just that there's two personalities inside of her and she's just batshit crazy? Also, your opinion on the constant running from Big Mom. Do you feel as though it's been dragged out too long, or you don't really care in that regard? And the solution, the making a cake. Do you think it's corny? Do you think Oda's going to just wrap it up with that? Again, I have faith in the man. One Piece has been fucking awesome so far. Why am I going to start doubting him now? And your overall thoughts of the chapter. Okay chapter. Let's get to the solution already. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Pudding, make up your mind, bitch. Do you want the D or not? I'm just saying, like, yo, don't... Personality disorders. Shit's crazy. Have an awesome one.